It is the Riot Podcast. Happy weekend.
Woohoo!
We've had a good week here.
I think
Have
so.
we?
It feels like it was a long week, and I think this feels like it'll be a long podcast because I think we talked longer because it's Friday, and I think we're all tired.
Yes.
We didn't talk longer when we're sleepy.
I don't get it because I know, Isaiah, you said you got a nice restful night of sleep last
beautiful night.
I went to bed at halftime of the football game, whatever time that was, like pretty early for me.
About 10:15,
it wasn't,
I'd say,
it was like 10:15 at the latest. It was a pretty quick game. And so I got a great night of sleep, I thought, but then I woke up this morning feeling like about as bad as I ever do. So you just can't tell sometimes.
Well, what time do you think I went to bed? I had to finish my work, so I was working until a certain time.
Is that what you call watching TikToks?
No, maybe it's because I was watching TikTok earlier.
That's why I'm working so late.
I had to do this project, and I was up till 1 a.m. working on it.
Oh my gosh.
It was stupid.
Well, we couldn't tell. You seemed fine.
No, I'm going to go drop after this.
Yeah, go take a nap.
She's like, I'm out of here.
A well-deserved Friday nap.
Again, if you're like, wow, what a long riot.
Yeah.
But it was all good stuff.
Our thoughts weren't all together.
Yeah,
maybe.
we just couldn't help but talk about it.
It is hard to stay focused sometimes. You don't get the right kind of sleep. So what do we have in the podcast that we rambled on for too long about?
We rambled on about an innocent man who just couldn't catch a break.
Yeah.
Arrested 5 times in 3 days. And it just wasn't him.
Yeah.
Like, he just looked like the guy, and it just wasn't him. You know how frustrating that would be?
They keep turning you in, but that's not you.
Yeah, and then I thought, but in my mind, though, the people that were, like, turning him in, like, obviously the reward was super high. And so I would have turned him in, too.
Yeah, of course.
Being one of the many.
I was thinking, what could you do as him? Because, like we say, you can't just disguise yourself to not
look more suspicious.
Yeah, I was thinking you could wear like a shirt, like I am not the guy, but then it'd be like people are asking a lot of questions about my shirt that are clearly answered by my shirt, and they just and no matter what you did, just make you seem more suspicious, more like the guy that they're supposed to be tracking down.
Well, it's nice to know. You think, maybe. I don't remember all the details on this particular guy that's a fugitive.
Yeah.
But there was so much stuff about him because of how he escaped jail. But what if, like, I think he was supposed to be in there. I think maybe he murdered someone.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I'm just saying, what if it was someone else and, like, there was a movement and no one wants to turn him in, like, because it was a cover-up or something like that. And you're like, I wonder what price people will still turn you in for.
Yeah.
And apparently this
even
is
if they
the price.
think you're innocent.
Yeah, they'll turn you in. Yeah.
Yeah, and like for me personally, like I would have a hard time. Like if I saw someone on the street, I was like, that kind of looks like someone that I've seen, like he was like wanted.
Yeah.
I would have a hard time actually calling and being like, I think I just saw someone that you guys are looking for. Like that, it doesn't really seem like me.
I would never. You would never want to, and that's probably why they have to make the price so high.
Yeah, because you don't want to be
get
that
people
person
to pick up the phone.
Yes, because I would not be the guy that would be like, actually, I'm going to call the police because that might be him. I would just be like, meh, he's probably okay.
But you're supposed to speak up, they say.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
You see somebody stabbing another person. No, that couldn't be.
It could be. They would never.
They look a little similar, but
he seems like a nice guy. I don't know. He seemed like a nice guy when he was passing me on the street.
They couldn't. What are the odds that would be the one they're looking for?
So we talked about that. We also checked in on Joey Chestnut, who this time of the year we typically wouldn't talk about, but he is back at it again, eating an extremely crazy amount of food.
Delicious.
I'm curious if he was eating shrimp cocktail, right?
Yeah,
was what he won for. You eat shrimp cocktail, Isaiah?
I eat shrimp.
You do?
You would love shrimp cocktail.
See, I don't even know.
It's the cocktail sauce.
It's the sauce with it? So it's just a shrimp. So it's just shrimp with cocktail sauce.
Yeah,
I love cocktail sauce.
Yeah?
And that's just...
yeah, I love that.
What is it, like ketchup and horseradish or something put
Yeah,
together?
I love cocktail sauce with shrimp. So that's literally what a shrimp cocktail
and you
is.
put a lemon around it. They always come with lemon, and I never touched it, but if you squeeze it around, it's really good too.
See, I was always confused. Like a shrimp cocktail, obviously they have it like typically like in a glass thing.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like a drink.
No.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like a weird, I literally thought it was a drink. So I've never ordered
So what
one.
did you call the shrimp cocktail sauce this whole time?
That's cocktail
the drink
sauce.
itself. It was the drink.
No, it's cocktail sauce.
But
when
it's like a Bloody Mary, but it's the
yeah, that's what I was
sauce.
thinking. Like when you put something in a cup, you'd assume like at some point you're going to drink it. Wouldn't you say? That makes sense. Have you ever had something that's in a cup that you weren't going to drink?
Do you remember I said I got a little sleep? I can't dive into that with you today, but we are welcome to talk about that in another show.
Sure.
Okay?
I like shrimp
Okay,
and
good.
cocktail sauce and shrimp cocktails, apparently. We also touched in on the pup Jim.
Yay, an
and
update.
We kind of talked about how I did have a good night of sleep last night.
Yeah.
And that is because I was without him. Not for bad reasons, for really good reasons, and I will get him back today. But he's going to be a new man.
Everybody was wondering on updates because you had mentioned he's getting fixed, and so we wanted to make sure everybody's filled in, and and on Monday too, we'll fill everybody in on how he recovers,
on his behavior.
Yes, and how Isaiah recovers.
Yeah, we can only hope it's a big improvement.
Yeah.
But
well, thank you guys for listening. Enjoy the podcast today. We've added a lot to it already, guys.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So enjoy the podcast. Make sure you say hi. Tell us what you got up going to this weekend, and you can always text at 877 to RadioU, or just message us at RadioU Riot on Facebook and say hey there.
And we'll check you next time.
Bye.
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We're told we're not supposed to stare directly into the sun, right?
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Well, I was going to say look up, but you can.
Yeah.
You just can't look up at it.
Not straight at
for
the sun,
too long.
Especially for. I always thought it was at all.
At
like
all?
you're not supposed to look at it.
I thought you just had a few seconds.
You have a few seconds and you could get away with it.
Peek, yeah, before it burns your eyes.
No, so,
I feel like it was your mom telling you something, like to try to get you not to do something else.
yeah.
Like you weren't allowed to look up. It's not good for your neck.
If you look up at the sky, the sun, your face is going to stay like that or something. Yeah.
You're just going to be stuck.
Right. Going to get stuck that way.
And burn.
It's actually, you aren't supposed to do it, but we have a guy here in India who just set the world record. It has to be confirmed, but basically he went ahead and set the world record of staring at the sun. How long do you think he did it?
Like 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
3 minutes?
He set the record by staring at the sun for 1 hour.
Oh, he did?
A whole entire hour. No blinking, no sunglasses, no nothing.
Wait, no
just
blinking?
Just him and the sun.
Just so he stared for an hour without blinking?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hard to believe. I mean, you have to blink.
You don't even need to tell me about the sun part. That's impressive.
Just not blinking at all for an hour.
All.
Yeah. That feels like that is more hazardous, the not blinking part, than whatever you're looking at.
The picture of him in the article, he looks like he is not here anymore. Because it's just his eyes. It's such an unnatural sort of opening.
Yeah, he was just so focused.
Yeah, he was.
He was on another dimension or something.
Oh my gosh, that means, you know what not blinking is?
What's
That's
that?
a mind game with yourself. You cannot blink that long.
Yeah.
You just got to push past it.
You'd hate to play against him in a staring contest.
I wouldn't want to.
You would have no chance whatsoever. So he went ahead. He did it for an hour. He wanted to beat the previous record, which was set a few years ago. The previous record was only 10 minutes.
Oh, he waited.
So,
then.
yeah, he went above and beyond. And his name is Mr. M.S. Verma. So 1 hour staring at the sun, no blinking for M.S. Verma. And after that whole entire hour, they say that his eyes are fine.
He's
okay.
okay.
They checked him out. Apparently, no damage done.
Everybody who says, don't stare at the sun, then there's a group of people on the other side who call it sun gazing.
Yep.
So they say that it's into guru sort of stuff. And it's a form of free medicine.
Yeah.
So maybe next time you get a cold,
go stare at the sun.
Go stare at the sun for an hour. Don't do that, please. I did not tell you
We're
to.
not recommending it.
No, I could never.
It doesn't mean it won't help. But I think most of the experts would say to not. But maybe the experts are lying because this guy stared at the sun for an hour. He's fine.
Yeah! You were one of the lucky few who missed the riot when they were live. Yet here you are.
I also like to live dangerously.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So let's take a trip over to China, shall we?
Sure.
Where in October of this year. It's still 2021, isn't it?
It is.
In October of this year, there's a guy. I'm not going to do good with these names. I'm just going to mispronounce them. So we'll just call this guy, his criminal name is Z, and he escaped from prison in northeast China, okay?
Is he the one that had the video?
Was there a video?
Like the roof escape?
I don't know.
Was that this guy?
I'm not up on all the Chinese criminals.
Well, that was a big one.
All of the escapes and whatnot.
Okay, never mind. I'll keep listening to see.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes up. So he escaped from prison, And as they searched for this guy after he was able to escape, they wound up offering a reward because they could not track him down initially. So they were offering a reward of 150,000 yen at first.
Yeah.
After the search went on for a little while, they moved it up to 700,000 yen, which is a lot because in that area, your average monthly income is 2,000 yen.
Oh, wow.
So you're talking, 350 months of work.
Yeah, for just that.
For finding this guy. So with that being said, you know what's going to happen.
Someone's going to turn him in?
Everybody's going to be trying to report this guy.
To report it.
And so there is one guy who was arrested 5 times in 3 days because people were reporting him as being this guy that had escaped, even though he wasn't the guy. He looked similar enough that he was so 5 times in 3 days you're getting arrested, even though you did, as far as everybody knows, nothing wrong.
Oh, that you would change your look then, because for that amount of money.
Why should you change? He's the one who sucks.
Because you don't want to keep getting arrested.
Yeah,
what if one time they don't believe you and it gets, you're stuck?
This is the problem we always have with stuff like this: is if you're the one that's getting accosted because people think you're the criminal, you look similar enough, and then you start to change your look, then you just look like the criminal trying to disguise himself.
That's true.
So what can you do?
Okay, you really have to change your look.
Yeah.
This is the guy. So there is video of him. This is the person. It was he was running across like the roof of a building, escaping from this Chinese prison.
Yeah.
And it's just like really, really weird to watch him.
Like parkour or something? Or?
Kind of. And like he's just, everybody's searching for him. They're all running after him.
Yeah.
And he just gets up and over the top of the building and is able to escape. And so, they've been on the lookout for him.
Yeah. So I guess there's still a pretty penny out there.
He's still a
if
fugitive.
you can find that guy. But if it's this other guy who looks just like him, please don't. He'd like you to not report him.
Please.
And I would also think anytime a story like this comes out, it would have everybody second guessing themselves because you're trying to be nice. It's like I don't want to report that guy if he's not the guy. But if it's I don't want to get arrested 6 times. But then again, 700,000 yen.
You're so sweet to think that people would be nice about that.
Yeah.
I think people would be turning you in left and right.
When there's 350 months wages on the table, you'll just report anybody.
You'll report anybody and hope that one person sticks.
Yeah.
And you just happen to get it right to get all the money.
You're just calling everybody on everybody in town.
Yeah, they're
like it could be him in the disguise.
They're like, Hudson, is this you again? You're like, no, it's not me. What do you mean?
I've got another tip.
I promise you, this time I have found the fugitive.
This is the real one. I've been on the lookout.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on RadioU.
So get a load of this, Nikki.
Yes.
In Germany, this is not in the U.S., but in Germany, their courts have ruled that if you're working from home and you get injured while working from home, that counts as like a workplace hazard situation.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
we have a guy who he was walking from his bed to his desk.
Yeah.
He fell and injured his back.
Oh, no, he broke his back.
Broke his back.
Oh, that must be so bad.
And so they ruled that is technically his commute.
Yeah.
Is walking from his bed to his desk because he's working from home. And so his employer actually has some responsibility in that situation.
So basically, this all really deals with insurance.
Yeah.
Because, they were saying, it's like that was your journey to work. And then because he went to go get breakfast at some point, they're just trying to figure out what counts as like work related, what doesn't. Like it is true. Like that's kind of interesting to see what would classify as a commute when you work from home. And they sided with him eventually because the employer's insurance refused to cover the claim at first.
Yeah, right. So that is now, I think it needs to be mentioned that he injured himself at his home on a spiral staircase.
Yeah, he fell down.
So I bet you, I tend to think that if his work had any say in what he was doing at home, he wouldn't have a spiral staircase. That feels like a liability issue, don't you?
It does. And if he wasn't working from home, he still would have been getting up and going to
That's right.
down the spiral staircase, but he can make a claim because he was going to go work.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to go get breakfast at that point.
Yeah.
Because they said it was something that was brought up quite a lot of like where breakfast landed in the commute section of what he was doing. And
that'd be a fun part to debate, wouldn't it? Your Honor,
I know.
I swear, solemnly swear, I was not going to get Fruit Loops when I was going.
Well, if you
I got
imagine
injured.
he wasn't going to go get breakfast first.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to make that point because if it was, then that's not your commute yet.
Right.
He had already been working, so his work was already done.
If he got breakfast on his way to his desk, does that count as a commute? Like if you stop at Tim Hortons on your way to work here,
and
does that count?
Here's another layer to this. During all this, it's still not clear if he works from home because of COVID or if he just works at home for some other reason.
Yeah.
But they said that, laws are changing for insurance because you're not in work, you're in your house.
Yeah, it gets really dicey, all this work from home stuff where it's just hard to figure out because, of course, you would have your home anyways. You would have your internet anyways. You'd have your computer anyways. You'd have all this stuff, your electricity, whatnot anyways. But when you're using it all for work purposes, and then when you can get injured using all of like your home, which is your office, it's how do you, it's a very murky situation. And I tend to imagine most of the time it would fall in the favor of the employer. But this is the one case.
Not this.
The one case, at least in Germany.
I'm going to go get some coffee from the break room.
Yeah.
I want everybody to just hold your breath.
Yeah, don't fall.
I don't want to slip, and I don't want to have any problems.
Well, at least here, you'd be covered.
If I was in Germany,
that's
not going to happen here.
We're in the studio. We're in the building, right?
Okay, no, I mean, like, insurance there is starting to do that. Here, I'd be too tired to have that battle. But I also, breaking your back, that does not sound good at all.
Well,
and when I first read this, I thought, he slipped. And then you saw, like, he was badly injured.
Probably rolled down the entire spiral staircase.
I think he did.
If they keep talking long enough, they're bound to say something that you agree with. The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
We might have to come up with a new liner for that to include Isaia.
We should.
And his Celsius.
We should. That'd be great.
Yeah? You're going to stick with the Celsius?
Not
Isaiah's
for...
drink?
They're really hyped up. A lot of people have it's an energy drink, if anyone doesn't know what Hudson's talking about. But a bunch of people told me, because I drink an energy drink every morning, that Celsius is like where it's at. Very hyped up. And for me personally, not living up to the hype.
Not where it's at after all.
No, I prefer like the Alani News, which I've said on here before, are like my go-to, by far favorite. And it's Nikki... Stop. Just let me just live my life.
You are fine. And every morning you come in, it's like, he smells like a Jolly Rancher.
I just like the flavor. I like
you do.
The sugary sweet flavor in the morning. There's not even any sugar in these. They're really good for you. In my mind, they are. In my mind, they are.
Well, of course, in a tall, slim can like that.
Yeah. I know, right?
They're good for your mind, good for your body.
They make me feel better about myself in the morning. So it's a good way to kickstart the day by drinking something nice and slim like this.
Oh my gosh.
Is this a commercial?
I thought that should be breakfast, but that's fine.
Yeah.
If the drink is your breakfast.
It pretty much is. It is, essentially.
I knew you didn't drink coffee, but I didn't think you were like a daily energy drink person.
I am now.
So now you are, but do you drink them any other time during the day or just in the morning?
Just literally just one in the morning just to wake me up. I have to have something. And I was doing coffee for a little bit, but I just hated it so much. So I just couldn't continue. And coffee's like not good for you. It's like not good for you.
Hey,
we talk about studies about how coffee is great for you all the time.
There's a lot of calories in coffee.
Not if you drink it black.
Hang on.
You know I can't drink it black. That's not even a question.
Because you're not a real man.
Because I don't like to taste things that are bad. That's why I'm not a real man. Because I like things that taste good.
I think coffee and energy drinks belong in the same like vice category. So I think they're the same.
They're both bad. They're not good.
They're both basically water in a way. Like they have no calories.
Sure.
And if you drink it black, it's no sugar or anything. So it's just caffeinated water.
Okay, but why are there warnings
in a different form
every time we turn around
That's a good point.
on what we're drinking?
That's true.
There's no warnings on a coffee, on our bags of coffee?
Yes, there is.
There's not.
There's warnings on everything.
There is because
at this point.
I mean, not like literally on bags of coffee, but you know it is. That's why they have to seal it up so tightly.
Well,
anything you really enjoy
I think
nowadays.
there's an important distinction. On coffee, you look at a bag and like it just looks nice. On a energy drink, there's a big that triangle with the exclamation point in it, and it says, "Do not give this to women, pregnant women, or children."
Oh my gosh!
It doesn't say that on coffee.
Oh no, actually, all the ones we drink for energy drinks are like, "Are you under 18?"
Yeah,
don't drink it.
Don't drink it if you're under 18.
You're like, what happens when you turn 18 that makes it okay? Like, why is your body able to? Is your body old enough now to actually handle it?
It can barely can handle it.
You've matured enough physically that you can, and emotionally and mentally, that you can handle a Celsius.
Yeah, but my overall grade on the Celsius is subpar. I'm not. I would have been good if it wasn't hyped up so much. Everybody acted like it was going to be this great thing, and I was excited this morning. I was so excited.
Nobody was hyping Celsius for me.
Not
Were they for you?
What's the flavor again?
This one is called Peach Vibe. Ooh. Sparkling white peach.
Oh, actually, that sounds pretty good.
See, you'd think it would be good, and I thought it was going to be good, and then this morning it just meh.
Does it really taste like peach? Or?
It does taste peachy. Like the flavor is like pretty solid, but it just isn't really what I'm looking for.
Have you ever had a real peach?
Yes. I have.
For a second, I was like, Hudson, that's a dumb question. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute.
No, it's Isaiah.
Fruit. If it's a fruit, I like fruit.
Fruit is fine.
Vegetable, if it was a vegetable, then that's a toss-up.
Well, how about this? You guys feel free to text in at 877 to RadioU, and you tell Isaiah what is your energy drink.
Yes.
And he needs to branch out and start trying some of the bigger can ones.
Yeah.
The slim cans are cute. Like, it's a cute drink. It's easy for me to hold. My hand wraps around it.
No, you will get so into having to get up so early and be so tired that you need the bigger cans, the ones that have even more warnings on them.
Yeah, the big boys.
Right. That's one's actually good for you because it's just an appropriate amount.
Because it's so small.
Yeah, it's just a little guy.
You start drinking a Monster or something, and that's just unhealthy just on sheer volume.
Yeah,
right?
you tell us when you start having enough to where you do get the heart palpitations.
When I start shaking over here.
Yeah.
We're concerned. It is
so tell him which ones that he could have that are even more intense.
Yeah.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
So congratulations in order for Kellen.
Yes.
And also congratulations are in order for Joey Chestnut.
Oh, the eating guy?
Yeah. He's been eating.
It's not the 4th of July. What's he doing?
Nikki, do you realize that there's like Major League Eating and that's a year-round thing? I don't know if they have like an on-season and an off-season, but you know, it's just like any other sport.
Well, I know,
I can't even say that with a straight face. But
you never hear about most of the other eating competitions. Yeah. It's always the Nathan's hot dog one, which he normally wins.
Of course he does. But there is they have eating competitions for Major League Eating all the time, like annual events. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna make up names, but like the Heinz Ketchup Open, where they see how much ketchup they can drink or whatever, and they do it an annual thing, just like the hot dog eating contest.
This one sounds so good. I love what he ate.
This one sounds dangerous to me.
Why?
Well, he eats 17 pounds of spicy shrimp cocktail in under 10 minutes. You like shrimp cocktail?
I do. It's expensive, so it's not an everyday appetizer.
Yeah.
In fact, it's Costco has like a shrimp pack that you can buy in the pre-made section. Uh-huh. So usually I'll get that.
So what makes me concerned about this is, do you have to peel and eat it? Is that what this is?
It's just the tail you don't eat.
It's just the tail?
But it's peeled the rest of it.
So they already do it for you?
Yeah.
Is that part of the competition, that he doesn't have to peel it?
Well, I don't know. For safety? I don't know if the tails are on it. Some people eat the tails of shrimp.
They do?
They do.
I don't eat any of the shrimp, but which, I mean, it's fine if you do. I eat popcorn shrimp.
That
but
counts.
Other than that, but looking at this it scares me, looking at the shrimp cocktail.
So he ate...
It makes me uncomfortable.
17 pounds in under 10 minutes.
And he's won this competition 8 times in a row.
You know how it's annoying? He's just skinny. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
You can be a competitive eater. I know that a lot of them are because they just process and like put food in different places. Yeah. But that's a lot of shrimp.
Yeah, but don't you ever look at him, like look at the picture here? Doesn't he always kind of look like he's in pain, though?
He's just smiling.
It's like, yeah, I won, but like I don't feel great. Like it feels like I know he's not like he's healthy, but he looks like he might have a tinge of unhealthiness.
So it looks like Joey Chestnut he's like the world's top eater guy.
Oh, yeah.
But for this year, he failed to beat his previous record. Last time he had eaten 18 pounds of cocktail shrimp in just 8 minutes, and now he's done 17 pounds.
The closest person to him is Jeff Esper. You don't hear his name because he's you just can't seem to, the trial of trying to surpass Joey Chestnut is insurmountable to Jeff, but one day maybe he'll do it. He was the closest competition. He was only able to eat 14 pounds.
You know what we should do?
In 10 minutes.
Again, shrimp cocktail, that can get expensive.
Yeah.
You need to somehow get you into a competitive eating competition of like your favorite food.
Yeah.
And just slowly eat because you're like there just for the free food. I like a reasonable amount of shrimp cocktail stuff.
Can I tell you that I don't think there's probably a lot of money in competitive eating, but I thought that wouldn't be a bad career to get into because you just get all this food all the time, and even the you have to train, so all that food is probably paid. You could probably have a sponsor. It's like Heinz. They probably sponsor you. You're a Heinz competitive eater, so you just they take care of everything for you.
Well, not with this one, because this was a St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail eating championship.
Oh, yeah?
And I guess that is a cocktail sauce.
Oh, okay. Well, of course they would sponsor that. But I think it's like NASCAR, though. NASCAR's got like, you got the brands all over the car.
Yeah.
I think you just have brands all over your major league eating whatever. And so they probably have different sponsored athletes. Do you think?
You are an athlete.
You are. Joey Chestnut is an athlete.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's been training.
But I'm jealous because you got to eat all that shrimp cocktail. Oh,
yeah.
That sounds good.
Well, we'll enter you in for next year.
Yum,
you got
yum.
a year to train, Nikki.
They'll be like, hey, she ate a pound of shrimp cocktails.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I could do.
That's not bad.
I know.
That wouldn't be bad, right?
I'll work on it.
Better than everybody who didn't enter the competition.
True. But it's not 17 pounds.
No. You don't have to be first.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So, Isaia, good morning, if I didn't say that to you earlier.
No, you did, but good morning
good
again.
Morning
yes.
again.
You look more rested today.
You think I look good today? Is that what you guys are saying? I feel pretty good today. I feel kind of well rested. I slept all the way through the night for the first time in what feels like about 9 months, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why.
What an interesting time frame. 9 months. What happened 9 months ago?
9 months ago is when I got my pup Jim. So obviously I haven't slept through the night. I like I have a child. It's like I have a baby that I have to like change in the middle of the night. No, but he does wake up frequently throughout the night. But last night was the first night that he has not slept with me.
Oh, you had to.
He stayed at the vet?
He stayed at the vet because yesterday he got fixed.
Oh.
So Jim was going to come back a new man.
A little less of a man.
Yes, yeah, a little less.
I'm really curious because like that does fix a lot of the problems you have with him. And
they call it fixing for a reason.
Yeah, what do you think life will be like if Jim calms down and stops like peeing in your bed?
I don't know. I literally don't know because yesterday I came home. Obviously, Jim was not there. And it was one of the most relaxing days. Like, it was so... I walked in the house. Nobody attacked me right away. Because typically when I come home, it's like World War II. He's already, like, on me, like, jumping on my chest. Like, he has no personal space. If I sit down on the couch, there's no chance that he's not, like, in my lap immediately.
Oh, you make that sound like it's a bad thing.
It's not that it's a bad thing,
so
but
sweet.
when it's 24/7... all the time.
Yeah.
Whenever you sit on the couch, he's on top of you. Aww. It's a lot to soak in. So yesterday was a relaxing day, but it makes me think like, so today I'm going to go pick him up like at 2 o'clock or whatever. And obviously he's probably going to be like drugged up. Like he's going to be like not himself for like today. So I can't judge him today off of how he's going to be. But I know that if he comes home today or maybe early next week and he's still crazy, that these next 10 years are just going to be so rough. I already know.
Well, how come he spent the night?
Because that's what they said they do. So they were like, yeah, like usually like we monitor them like over the night.
So
which
they can
I was
charge
like,
you more?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I have no idea.
You need to look into that because normally at my vet, they're like, and you can come get them now.
Yes. They're like, we're all done.
They're like, but the stuff hasn't worn off. It doesn't matter. They'll be fine.
He just finished. They were like, yeah, we usually keep them overnight. And I was like, you want that thing overnight? Have him. I'll pay extra. I'll pay extra. A night to myself? You mean it?
Aw, well, you'll have to keep us updated how he does today. He should be pretty much out of all the medicine they probably gave him.
Yeah. I hope that he just comes home today, which I know is what's going to happen. He's going to come home today and hope he just lay on the couch.
Yeah.
And we'll just have a chill Friday night. I can't wait.
He might just be holding a grudge against you and be mad at you. So he might still pee in the house.
The thing is that I was talking to my roommate Andrew about it. It's like on Wednesday, my roommate was the one who dropped him off at the groomer while I was at work because like he had an appointment at noon. So he went and dropped him off, and then I picked him up. And then he was also the one that dropped him off to get him fixed.
They think he's the dad.
And I was like, you know, Jim's gonna hate you because every day I leave. Right. He was like, every day I leave, and then you end up taking him somewhere like foreign to him, and then I pick him up. Jim's probably thinking like, Dad, he's trying to get rid of me. Like every time you leave during the day, he sent me and got me fixed. Like I was like, he's gonna hate you for a while. Like when I bring him back today, he's gonna just have a death stare on Andrew. Like whenever Isaiah's not around. You always take me somewhere weird.
That sounds like smart parenting, right?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm never the bad cop. Yeah. I always let Andrew do the bad things. So whenever he needs something, just have Andrew drop him off.
If he misbehaves from now on, you just make him and Andrew get in the car.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. He'll be like, no, I swear. I'll stop buying the socks.
I can change.
Well, yeah. I hope you have a fun weekend with Jim for however he decides to thank you for what you did to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be really great. So on Monday, we might have some new Jim stories. Hopefully, we've just got a new dog. He's going to be the perfect pet. I can't wait.
The best would be if we have no Jim stories on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
But not because he died. Because what? It sounded like that he was going to have an unfortunate accident. No. If we come back on Monday, there's no stories about Jim.
That means he's a good dog.
Yeah, right.
Geez, Hudson.
Not because he died or anything.
Yes.
No.
We don't want that. Like, we want to be alive, for sure.
This is The Riot.
Radio U.
All right, Nikki, I think I've got it.
Yeah?
I think I've got something that will get you on Peacock.
Peacock?
Yes. The streaming service. Uh-huh. We're going to get you in there. I know you've been skeptical. I know that it's not been what you hoped.
Yeah.
And you're an anti-Peacockite.
It's not that. And at this point, don't check with me because I have almost all the other ones.
Uh-huh.
Though I did just cancel the Paramount Plus
You got rid of that already?
I had a 1-month trial for Paramount Plus, and I only got it because I wanted to watch Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And because there's a problem, some of Yellowstone is actually on Peacock.
I was going to say, you know where you could watch Yellowstone.
I still am not going to do it. I need to get someone else who wants to watch with me by letting me log in
to their Peacock
because I'm not going to.
Or you could go through all the trouble of maybe like getting Sling again or something, and then you could watch it on there.
No, and I still have HBO Max. Like, I gotta cut back again.
What? There's so many great things on HBO Max.
We have too much to choose from.
And then
when I have too much to choose from, I don't watch anything at all.
Except TikToks.
Except TikTok.
Yeah. All right.
Well, what is there? What do you think?
Here is what Peacock is doing to try to convince you and all the other Peacock skeptics out there to treat them as a serious streaming service with the likes of HBO Max and Disney Plus. They are, in 2022, going to start streaming their new movies, as in like anything that comes out from, or not anything. That's actually an important distinction. But many of their theatrical releases from Universal, they are going to be releasing on Peacock for streaming 45 days after their initial theatrical release. So this means,
looks like it's some from Universal Pictures, Focus Features, Illumination, which I read as Illuminati.
That's the Minion.
Yeah, that's the Minion ones.
Which it ties right in, the Illuminati and the Minions.
It's like, what word is that? And DreamWorks. So it's 45 days after its release in theaters.
Yep. And so how about I just give you a list of some of the films that you'll be able to catch.
I'll interrupt you if I'm interested in the movie. Okay,
all right.
let's hear.
Everybody listen to see if Nikki interrupts me. Here's the movies you will be able to catch 45 days after their theatrical release on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
The 355 or 355, I don't know. Ticket to Paradise. Hello?
I'm not saying
hello. Here's The Black Phone. Marry Me. The Bad Guys. Downton Abbey, a new era?
You would think, but no.
No, you don't like Downton Abbey?
I only watched like the first season or two.
Ambulance? Can you say ambulance?
Ambulance.
You can say it?
I can say
I thought that
it.
was a word you couldn't say.
It's tough sometimes.
Not now.
Not now. I'm
and
focused.
Halloween Ends. That's the only one that vaguely interests me, but I haven't even watched the previous Halloweens.
What a list, Hudson.
Yeah, right? They're really
so tempting.
You can see why they were antsy to put these on Peacock, because there's a big response, a big audience just waiting to stream these.
I've told Hudson before, I just don't watch movies as much as you do.
Yeah.
So
I don't watch as many as you think.
Well, you like watching a movie.
I do like watching movies.
I don't. I'll just usually watch, like a show.
Yeah.
But I don't normally sit down for an entire movie. It's not as often. So I think I can still say no to Peacock.
Yeah. Well, what disappoints me along with you, not that Peacock doesn't interest me that much either, but what really disappoints me is that some of the, we just went through that list, not very exciting, right? And some of the bigger Universal options, like the new Jurassic World, Dominion, Minions, the Rise of Gru, that is the Minions movie, and then the new Christopher Nolan movie, Oppenheimer. None of them, it doesn't look like, will be on the 45-day schedule.
They're too good.
So they're too big for this. It's just all these other movies that we don't even know what they are.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on RadioU.
Nikki, you know about how the supply chain, it's causing all kinds of shortages. We know this, right?
It's a tale as old as this past year.
Yeah, that's right.
It just seems like everywhere you turn, and some places I feel like, there's probably some genuine supply chain problems. And then other places, my distrusting nature makes me feel like they're just using that as an excuse to also raise their prices.
We just
and
learned
not have product.
Well, we just learned that for years, the Christmas tree industry, the real Christmas tree industry, has been lying about having a shortage to try to get, get people to get out there and buy their trees.
Sure.
And now we know that it's a lie.
Every time I drive past the Christmas tree lot to go to work, and every time I look over, I'm like, you're lying.
Yeah. You got plenty of them. They're just in the back.
Trees. Yeah, it's more, they say like it's just, it's less than there used to be, but there used to be just such an excessive amount of Christmas trees that if you see less, it's really just what they sell.
And so now, yes, you're right. It's made us distrusting of any place that says there's a supply chain issue. It just seems like a way to drive up demand, drive up prices, whatever. But
what's the next one?
The next one, the new supply chain issue, headstones.
Headstones?
Yeah, like tombstones.
Like the pizza or the...
No, not the pizza. For when you die.
For when you die on your grave.
Yeah.
Oh,
so now would be a very bad time to die.
How are we short of stones?
Well, it's actually the materials and the manufacturing, I guess, to make the headstones and engrave them and everything. I guess we aren't harvesting. Is that the right word?
No,
Enough of the stone?
Not when talking about dead people. Nope. That's the really wrong word to use.
We're not.
Oh, it's so
harvesting enough.
Nope. Actually, you know what? Unless we're doing farmer talk, let's never talk about harvesting.
You don't want to harvest?
It's awful.
What are you doing at the quarry where you're getting the stone?
Gather.
We're not gathering enough stones.
We're not gathering enough stones.
So yeah, if you were to die right now, you would have a tough time actually marking your grave because what? I'm just telling you the truth.
I know. I just don't like
you would
to
be
hear
buried.
this stuff.
You would be dead and gone, but we might not be able to find your grave.
You can put
to pay our respects.
You can put a temporary one up.
Yeah.
And then that way, because everything you wait now.
Well, you know how it is, though.
The shipping is taking forever. So then they would just tell you like in 6 to. It's like if you order furniture now. It's like 11 to 12 months to get it.
Oh, yeah.
So you would just eventually get your headstone.
I'm just concerned if we put a temporary headstone up for one of us. You know how it is. It starts off temporary. It's wood or something or a piece of paper. And then, nobody's going to come back and be like,
Hudson,
12 months from now, oh, yeah, we needed to make Hudson's headstone.
A piece of paper?
Just something.
Jeez.
To mark the spot, temporary, like one of those, like a little flag they put for construction. Oh, you know what they're doing a lot now is they put up those little poles to make sure that they don't plow into the sidewalks
One
when
of
they're.
those?
Yeah, I put that to mark our grave.
Oh, you come
just for the time being.
You come visit me. You're like, oh, look at this. This is Nikki's pole.
With a piece of paper on it.
If not, since they say headstones are, a problem to get one quickly, I don't know if they're artificially doing that to try to get us who never think about dying to prepay.
Yeah, we got to pre-order for our
headstone.
Pre-order our headstone just to be safe. That's not a bad idea. But then you have to run into the trouble of you have to pick a year. It'll be like the year you
leave it blank.
The year you were born to the year you die.
That sounds like one of those movies where they're like, you open the app and it told you when you would die.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going to try really hard not to die now.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
If not,
it's just a really bad time for me and my family.
I'll make a really nice piece of paper for your grave, okay?
You'll mark it. It'll be so nice I don't even need a headstone.
I know. They're like, who did this?
It saves so much money, too.
I don't laminate, but I'll just take little pieces of tape. Just cover your paper.
Weatherproof it.
Worst of the Riot podcast.
So happy football, you guys.
Yeah.
It is a Friday. That means it's the weekend. That means we can start getting excited about football, especially because there was a game last night. Isaiah, with Jim not in the picture. Did you stay up and watch the entire game?
No.
You didn't?
No. Why would I spend the one night that I have to be able to rest in peace? So I wanted to get to bed as early as possible so I could just really enjoy it. And I did.
Jim, his dog, stayed somewhere else last night.
Yeah.
So that's who it was.
So he wasn't around. So I was like, well, it's my bedtime, 10:30, which is when I go to bed anyway. And I was watching the Steelers game last night, and it was so nice to see them lose, obviously, because I'm not a Steelers fan. And at halftime, because I always go to bed right around halftime of those night games.
Yeah.
And they were getting smacked.
They were.
And they did come back. So I woke up this morning, I was like, whoa, they kind of made it a game at the end. But I was happy to go to bed with them trailing by a good amount.
I think you guys need to make a doc so that I know who we like and who we don't. I didn't know you didn't like the Steelers.
We don't like the Steelers.
You don't? Okay, so you need to tell me
Isaiah
that
doesn't
ahead
like
of
the
time.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Do you?
I'm indifferent.
You're indifferent, okay.
Yeah.
But I don't like the Vikings, but I also...
See, I'm indifferent. Vikings, I'm indifferent. I'm fine.
It's all divisional rivalries that we're negotiating here.
Well, what's the big ones for this weekend, then?
So for this, I was hoping Isaiah could explain to me last night why the Steelers came back, because I also went to bed at halftime. So we'll leave that behind. The Vikings won. But yes, the big games this weekend. I think the biggest game may be the Bills against the Buccaneers. Isaiah's a Browns fan, so he'll probably say the Browns game, but I think the biggest game in the scheme of things is Bills and Buccaneers. Would you say so?
Yeah, I would say that's definitely the biggest game. And if you're wondering who we should be cheering for, if you'd like to cheer with Isaiah,
I'm trying to say rooting interest. I can't do it.
Yes, then you want to root for the Buccaneers if you are cheering with Isaiah. So I want the Buccaneers to win, because I do not want the Bills to be in the AFC wildcard.
If you're also rooting with my wife, you'll be rooting for the Buccaneers. You and
nice.
her
Okay.
have aligned interests.
I like it.
But for I'm actually predicting a Bills upset. And I guess I moderately would cheer for the Bills. I don't really care. But the Bills, and everybody thinks the Bills suck now. They just lost on Monday Night Football against the Patriots, who didn't hardly pass it at all.
Oh,
and
that was the team.
That's the Bills. So, and everybody's like, they haven't beaten anybody good. And now they have to go from playing in the cold weather. Oh, it's going to be a huge change. They got to go play in the hot weather. Ooh, can they handle it? Are they going to get hypothermia because of the drastic temperature change? Come on. The Bills.
Who is this day yet again?
The Bills are not that bad. Yes, they had a rough game on Monday night, but you know what that means? That means they are ready to bounce back.
They're focused.
Yeah, they're focused. That more than anything, they want to get everybody to shut up about the Monday night game and start talking about something good they do. And so I'm predicting a Bills upset against the Buccaneers, much to my wife and Isaiah's chagrin.
So that's on Sunday?
That is Sunday at 4:30 Eastern. The Sunday night game is Bears against Packers. So, of course, that's my big game. But even I, as a Packers fan, am like, at this time in the season, Nikki, I don't know if you know this, but the Sunday night game, they can just put any game in there they want.
Oh, I didn't know
because,
that.
They want to make...
It doesn't matter?
No, because that's the big prime time. And they want to have some of the best matchups there, right, to get the most people watching. And for some reason, they still chose Packers and Bears.
I don't know why. That is the night game. In my mind, and I'm obviously unbiased by either of them, but that's going to be a Packers blowout for sure. Like,
nobody wants to watch that.
A good game.
Even Bears fans are like, please spare us.
Get us out of here. We don't want everybody watching us on like prime time. Like, you do not want to be at the prime time game if you know you're going to lose.
Yeah, so it should be a good weekend of football, though. We didn't even get to Isaiah. His Browns play the Ravens.
Must win.
That is a battle for the division there in the AFC North. So that's a big one.
So if you're taking notes, yes to the Packers, yes to the Buccaneers, and yes to the Browns, of course.
The good old Brownies need to win.
Okay, and I think then everybody would be pretty happy.
Yes, if the Browns win on Sunday, I'm going to come in on Monday a happy boy. I'm going to be a happy boy.
I hear he's bringing breakfast in for us.
If we win on Sunday, there's going to be surprises. If we lose on Sunday, then I will almost be in tears.
He's not coming in at all.
It's one or the other.
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at RadioU.com/donate.